Welcome to Low-Key PD. In this video, I'm going to show you how to insert an image in Google Docs and how to access the formatting options for that image. If you're in a Google Doc and you'd like to insert an image, just go to the Insert menu, click on that. First item, image. You'll have a number of options for where to get that image from. You can upload it from your computer, which means some external memory if you're on a computer, the hard drive if you're on a Chromebook, whatever. You can get that image from the web, your Google Drive, your Google Photos. If you happen to know the specific URL for an image, you can insert the image that way as well. Or you can use your computer or Chromebook's webcam in order to take a picture that you want to upload as well. I'm going to search the web for one. Right. So let's say I want to find a picture that illustrates pensive, and I pick this one right here. Select it, click on Insert. Typically the image is going to be inserted at quite a large size. I don't want it to be that large, so I'm going to click on the image and then I'm going to grab this blue square in the corner to resize, and now it's a much more manageable size. All right, so when I insert this image, I have some options in terms of text wrapping, and basically what text wrapping is it describes how text will interact with the image. We'll get to that in a minute. I'm going to click on the image, and then if you double click the image, you will be allowed to crop the image, right? So if I grab this little black line up here, I can bring it a little bit closer in. If I grab this one and this one, all right, now my image is only part of what I had before, but notice if I want to crop this again and I double click, the rest of the image is still there. It's still active, it's there. I didn't delete any of the image. Basically what I'm doing is I'm telling Google Docs only to display whatever is in that little box, but the rest of the image is still there. So if I right click on this, I have a number of options. I can cut the image, copy it, paste it, delete it, crop it, replace it. I have the right idea, but I want a different image, so you can replace it. Resetting it, I think, just puts it back into the original location if you've moved it around, maybe rotate it a bit. If you'd like to make the image a clickable link, you can click on Insert Link. But really, I think what we're most interested in is probably the image options. If we click on image options, we have a number of categories that show up on the right-hand side of our Google Doc: size and rotation. So if I want to make the image bigger or rotate it or resize it or rescale it, so this is the actual size of the image right now in terms of inches. The width scale is 100%, the height scale is 100%. If I want to lock the aspect ratio, basically what that means is that the ratio of the height and the width would stay the same. But let's say I want to widen this out a bit. I'm going to unclick this, and then I'm just going to adjust the width. And notice that the image gets wider but not taller. All right, so that maybe that's more of the look I want. If I want to rotate it, I can either rotate it by a specific number of degrees, or I can rotate it in 90-degree chunks. So let's say I want to rotate this 10 degrees. That's the image, that's what I'm looking for. So maybe I want to rotate it. If I want to undo it, I can just bring it back to 0. You can click on this and then just type in a number. You don't have to use the little arrows. There's also text wrapping, and this will show you, I think, in better detail what it's like for the text when you select different options. Inline with text, wrap the text, break the text, creates a whole huge space. Behind the text will appear over the image, or in front of it, the image will appear over the text. So you've got some options there. You can recolor this. Right now, that's just the original color of the image, no recoloring done, but let's say I want to change that up a bit, change it to all yellow shades. I can do that as well, so I can play with the way that image appears. Or I can do other adjustments like adjust the brightness, contrast, or transparency. Right now the transparency is set to 0. This is just the way the image appears. If I increase the transparency, you'll notice it makes the image more transparent, which really is just an effect of fading the image a little bit. Notice that it doesn't stick out as much. So you can make it a little bit more transparent. If there's an image underneath this, you'd be able to see that a little bit as well, the more transparent you make it. So that is how you insert images into Google Docs and format them the way that you want, all through the insert image options in your Google Doc.